Hi, it's Andy with West Valley 411. In this short video, I'm going to show you 6 methods or options for getting something out of the toilet or that's stuck in the P-trap in the toilet. So stay with me, we're going to go through these really quickly. Magnets, coat hanger with a hook, flexible grabber with a claw at the end. Number 4, fishing pole with fishing line. Number 5 is the auger, which we're actually going to use later on to get something really trapped in there. And the very last thing you want to do is remove the toilet. It's a lot of work and it's messy. So let's go through these. First of all, if you drop something metal, could be jewelry, it could be a toy, try a magnet first. If it's just at the bottom of the bowl and there's a mess in there, you don't want to get your hands in, could be a Bluetooth, it could be, any number of things that are magnetic. Try a magnet. This is not flexible, but it will reach down into the toilet. I've got 2 types here. The one here is flexible, but as you can see, the magnet is quite a bit bigger. And they do actually attach. Now, let's grab that off of there. This one is quite a bit stronger and will hold the item that you're trying to get out. Now, because of the gravity of the water and the dimensions of the P-trap, the item could be wiggled in there, kind of like Elaine dancing on Seinfeld. It's wiggled and wedged, and it's tough to pull out unless you have a really good attachment. So it's possible your magnet could work, but it's also possible it won't. For this application today, I tried these other 2 items. One was a coat hanger. I put a hook on the end and kind of wiggled it around. Didn't work because of the type of item that we're trying to get out. It's the same with this claw. It's got a spring at the end. You press it, and then, see if you can see that, the claw opens. So if you got something with tentacles or some kind of a toy, say it's a pet toy that's sunk, maybe got pushed up, you can grab it because it's got maybe it's like a caged type toy. You can kind of grab it and pull it out. Now, you might have been laughing about the fishing pole, but if you can pull in a 200-pound tuna on a boat with a high-test fishing line, you can certainly wiggle out whatever's in there. So you get your fly, you get one of those grappling hooks like climbers use, which is basically your fish hook. You don't really need a fishing pole because you're not going to be, reeling that baby in. All you need is some high-test fishing line and a pole. You can flush the toilet, see if it'll get tangled up in the thing, kind of jiggle and move it around. Maybe it'll come back out to the P-trap. So what we're actually going to use for this item, which is a pumice stone that my teenager somehow flushed down there. It's quite a bit longer than this. It won't go around the P-trap. The good news is that if I agitate this and make it smaller, because the actual one was probably, 5 inches long, if we continually agitate, and let me get a screwdriver here, see if you can see this, at least for my application. See how that's coming off? So if we continually turn this auger, I'm hoping that it will basically break this down and flush it out to the street. And maybe it'll, as it goes down, maybe it'll clean up whatever's out there. So let me grab the auger. I will show you what the flush looks like right now. So let's take a quick peek. You can see it's really trying to get past gurgle, 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 kind of a flush down. So let me set the camera up and we'll get busy. Bear with me just 1 second. All right, let's get this a try. So here's this nice auger. This one is a Husky, 13 bucks at Home Depot. It's got a sleeve that protects your porcelain, so you can see that. It's got a sleeve that protects your porcelain toilet. And I did actually mark up the bottom of the toilet with that flexible grabber because it didn't have a sleeve on it. And then we're going to turn this handle, and hopefully this will come into focus here. You can see the end of this coil has a metal piece here that I'm hoping will deteriorate the pumice stone. All right, so let's get started. You pull your grabber, or you pull your auger out all the way so that you have the protective sleeve over it. We're going to wedge it down, and then we're going to turn. I'm not exactly sure how far this stone is, but we're going to I hear it. It's working on it. You see that? I feel the pumice in there. All right, let's give it a flush. Did that do anything? All right, it's better. Much better, but not out. We can feel where that pumice stone was. All right, that was a little better. All right, I hope you could see that. It took several times. Let's get up close. You can see the markings on the porcelain there, unfortunately, from the original grabber and a little bit from my somewhat questionable technique on the auger. But let's flush. Pretty strong flush. It's a little bit muted at the end, so I think I'll ream it just a little bit more. This occasion reminds me of a time 20 years ago when the last day of a move out of our last house at 2 a.m. in the morning, I had to get a child's rattle out of the toilet and there was no way to retrieve it. So I actually had to remove the toilet, get another seal, and install it. So it was a very late night, but thanks for watching. Post any questions. Good luck. I know this is super frustrating for everyone anytime you get something caught, but I gave you 6 options. Hopefully you won't have to use the very last one. And so here's a fade out and goodbye to the can. We love you, but we don't love you that much. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, and happy flushing.